like I wanna see her form.
Okay, welcome back. So we're just gonna go straight into it tonight. We're back at it again. This time, the second part of the Twitter files is called this secret blacklist, and it's from reporter Arthur, whoever she, founder and editor of the Free Press, the FP, the Free Press, Barry Weiss, and we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So this is live. She's tweeting this live. So number one, a new Twitter files investigation reveals that teams of Twitter employees build blacklists, prevent disfavored tweets from trending, and actively limit the visibility of entire accounts or even trending topics, all in secret without informing users. Again, unfortunately, this isn't really new news. I was well aware of this in 2020, like most people who cover things like this, but we're just going to go ahead and see what information she has or she was given in regards to this. Twitter once had a mission to give everyone the power to create and share ideas and information instantly without barriers. Along the way, barriers nevertheless were erected. Take, for example, Stanford's Dr. J. Bachara, who argued that COVID would harm children. Twitter secretly placed him on a trends blacklist, which prevented his tweets from trending. And here's the blacklist right here. Or consider the popular right wing. I don't know why I had a hard time saying this. The right wing talk show host, Dan Bongino, who at one point was slapped with a search blacklist. Look at that. That's the internal system right there. Twitter set the account of conservative activist Charlie Kirk to do not amplify. Do not amplify, notification spike, recent abuse strike, multiple account strike count 0, not safe for work view. Wow. Twitter denied that it does such things in 2018. Twitter's Vijay Gad, head of the legal policy and trust, and Kevan Beg Kapoor, head of product, said, "We do not shadow ban." Well, that's a lie. They added, "And we certainly don't shadow ban based on political viewpoints or ideology." Well, that's also a lie. Let me just do a quick change. Okay. Where was I? Okay. What many people call shadow banning, Twitter executives and employees called visibility filtering, or VF. Multiple high level sources confirmed its meaning. Think about visibility filtering as being a way for us to suppress what people see to different levels. It's a very powerful tool, one senior Twitter employee told us. VF refers to Twitter's control over visibility. It used VF to block searches of individual users, to limit the scope of a particular tweet's discoverability, to block select users' posts from ever appearing on the trending page, and from inclusion in hashtag searches. It pretty much just removes you. Pretty much what it does. All without the user's knowledge, of course. We control visibility quite a lot, and we control the amplification of your content quite a bit. And normal people do not know how much we do. One Twitter engineer told us, 2 additional Twitter employees confirmed. The group that decided whether to limit this reach of certain users was the Strategic Response Team, Global Escalation Team, or SRT Git. It often handled up to 200 cases a day. But there existed a level beyond official ticketing, beyond the rank and file moderators following the company's policy on paper. That is the Site Integrity Policy, Policy Escalation Support, known as SIP-PS. This secret group included Head of Legal, Policy, and Trust, Vijaya Gad, the Global Head of Trust and Safety, Yoel Roth, subsequent CEOs Jack Dorsey and Parag Agarwal, and others. What's going on, Mafia Gaming? This is where the biggest, most politically sensitive decisions got made. Think high follower count controversial. Another Twitter employee told us, for these, there will be no ticket for anything. So there's no ticket, which means no evidence. And for the ones joining us, this is Twitter Files Part 2, the Blacklist. This is live, so she is live tweeting these now. So we're going to stay up to date as best as we can, but it takes time. So there might be some delays in between the tweets because she's doing this live. So I'm doing it live, she's doing it live. That's just the way it is. Where's my Twidget? Let's see. Here we go. Oh yeah, Super Slide, what's going on? So yeah, we're doing part 2. Now this is live. So we're doing this live. So she's live tweeting this now. So there will be a delay because how long it takes for her to tweet out the story. So there will be a delay. It looks like we caught up at the moment. This is where the biggest. Okay, so we 16. One of the accounts that rose to this level of scrutiny was the Libs of TikTok account, an account that was on the Trends blacklist and was designated as do not drop frames. Okay, I don't know. We're experiencing some lag over here too, but we'll push through it since we don't have video on the screen. Do not take action on user without consulting SIP-PS. Again, SIP-PS is the Site Integrity Policy and Policy Escalation Support. This is the Libs of Tick count. So this is their internal. This is their internal product system that they use to monitor accounts. Do not take action on user without consulting SIP-PS. Yeah, notification spike, high profile, active, trends, blacklist, 2 strikes, high profile. Look at all these IP addresses. They got the girl IP address up here. The account, which Chaya Rachnik began in November 2020, now boasts over 1.4 million followers, was subjected to 6 suspensions in 2020 alone. Rachnik says each time Rachnik was blocked from posting for as long as a week. Twitter reportedly informed Rachnik that she had been suspended for violating Twitter's policy against hateful conduct. And we are caught up at number 18. So, again, this is pretty much validating things that I have said, things that other people have said, and it talked about things that these platforms have lied and misled people about. Influencers have said it was not happening. These social media companies, they have the ability and they put into effect ways to shadow ban people, shadow ban you. There are lists that people get put on. You are put on a list depending on the type of content that you produce. You are monitored, you are watched, you are followed up on. There are groups that they put you in groups depending on the type of content that you do. And yeah, for certain people, your content, your platform will be watched and will be negatively affected based on their algorithm, based on their search trends, based on how the platform operates. So this is pretty much just validating what people consider to be a conspiracy theory in regards to BlackList. Like, there's a lot of popular content creators on YouTube who have said that there's no such thing as shadow banning. People don't get shadow banned, and no one gets shadow banned. It's just based on your content. And this is pretty much pointing out that's not the case. It's quite actually different. Now, we are doing this live, so there will be a delay when it comes to tweets. Okay, we have number 19 now. But in an internal CIPPES memo, and CIPPES is pretty much the team that's involved with making these big decisions. So CIPPES is the people who are involved in making these decisions in regards to these high-profile accounts. From October 2022, after her 7th suspension, the committee acknowledged that Libs of TikTok has not directly engaged in behavior violative of the hateful conduct policy. See here. Site policy recommends placing Libs of TikTok 1.3 million followers not verified, and a 7-day timeout at the account level, meaning not for a specific tweet, based on the account's continued pattern of indirectly violating Twitter's hateful conduct policy by tweeting content that either leads to or intends to incite harassment against individuals and institutions that support LGBTQ communities. At this time, site policy has not found explicitly violative tweets, which would result in a permanent suspension of the account. This type of error, this type of enforcement action, repeated 7-day timeouts at the account level, will not lead to permanent suspension. However, should Libs of TikTok engage in any other direct tweet level violations of any of site policies, we will move forward with permanent suspension. Since his most recent timeout, while LTT has not directly engaged in behavior violative of the hateful conduct policy, the user has continued targeted individual allies, supporters of the LGBT community for alleged misconduct, the targeting of which at least one of these institutions. So it looks like we're having some stream issues finally. Let's see how we can fix this. Let me see how we're gonna fix this, because I don't even know why we're having issues. Let's see. Number 20. Let me see. Okay. Why don't I get in on some of this while we doing it? Why not get in on some of this tweeting action? Why not get in on some of this tweeting action? Twitter Files Part 2. We told you. Let's get on some of this. The committee justified her suspensions internally by claiming her posts encourage online harassment of hospitals and medical providers by insinuating that gender affirming healthcare is equivalent to child abuse or grooming. So pretty much, they're like, no, we want the account gone because of X, Y, and Z, even though under their own policy, they don't see anything wrong with what the account is posting. 21. Compared this to what happened with Ratchick herself, was doxxed on November 21st, 2020 by Taylor Lorenz. Taylor Lorenz never got a suspension for that. A photo of her home with her address was posted in a tweet that has garnered more than 10,000 likes, and nothing happened to Taylor Lorenz for that. Again, this is the Twitter Files Part 2 with Barry Weiss live tweeting discussing the blacklist on Twitter. So these are live tweets. We are caught up. Now there's an issue with the audio stream. Okay, so we should be good. Oh wow, look at the quartering. He's laying it on thick right now. He's tweeting every tweet. Shit, I might as well just do the same thing, right? So it looks like we're caught up again. So we're just gonna wait for the tweets to come in right now. Let's see. Come back. Come back. Okay. We're gonna get in on some of this Twitter action too. We're gonna get in on some of this Twitter action too. Yeah, so we're just gonna drop. We're waiting for another tweet. So far, nothing really like mind blowing, to be honest. Like nothing that I wasn't aware of, that I didn't know. But the benefit, let me see. The benefit of this is that there are so many people that thought that this was like a conspiracy theory, that thought this wasn't real, who are now going to have so many questions. We're going to have so many questions. We're going to really start to think about what it is that Twitter's really doing and the lies that they're being told. Okay? So we're just simply waiting for her next tweet. We're going to click up here. I'm trying not to get caught up in the other tweets. 2021. Okay. So we're simply waiting for the new tweets now. Yeah, for me, nothing that I don't see any. Well, okay. Well, I can't. Well, what I don't want to like diminish what's being shared, because what's being shared and what's physically being shown is a great deal more than what people a lot of people have assumed or thought that what this is not real. It's fake, and it's being shown that it's real, and so that's important. That's important. Let me see how I can do this. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, this is live. So what right now we're just waiting for the next tweet to drop. Let me know what you guys think about this. 22. When Rat Chick told Twitter that her address had been disseminated, she says Twitter support responded with this message: "We reviewed the reported content and didn't find it to be in violation of the Twitter rule." It's all according to plan. Get the fuck up out of here. "We reviewed the reported content and didn't find it to be in violation of the Twitter rules. No action was taken. The doxing tweet is still up." That shit is wild. That is wild. That is wild as fuck. So this woman lives of TikTok, was doxxed with a tweet from Taylor Lorenz. The tweet is still up, and Twitter found nothing wrong with the tweet, and no action was taken against Taylor Lorenz. Yo, that is wild, man. That's crazy. That's oh man. Oh man, where's my
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Oh my god. Let me know what you guys think about this in the chat room, man. How crazy is this? Like on levels of crazy. How crazy is it? Is it not too crazy, or is it crazy enough to realize that everything that you were told that we've been told was a theory, a conspiracy theory? Everything that we've been told was not true was actually true, and it was so true, in fact, that now we have actual evidence that's being shared to the masses, and they don't want it, and they don't want this information to get out. They don't like the fact that people are seeing this. Let me try to say this again. They don't like that this information is getting out, man. Now, I was waiting to talk about this again because I wanted to cover the FBI plant that was in the FBI that Elon just fired. But this is a story that just keeps growing. It's the gift that just keeps on giving. Really. We got Real Brother 32 in the building. What's going on? We got Big P, Big Pontiac in the building. What's going on? Like I said before, this is live tweeting, so we were caught up I'm coming back to you guys in the chat room. We were caught up, right? So we're going over this live. So I can only read it as she's tweeting it. So we're on 22. We're back on 23. In internal Slack messages, Twitter employees spoke of using technicalities to restrict the visibility of tweets and subjects. Here's Yoel Roth, Twitter's then global head of trust and safety, in a direct message to a colleague in early 2021. A lot of times, SI has used technicality spam enforcements as a way to solve a problem created by safety under enforcing their policies, which again isn't a problem per se, but it keeps us from addressing the root cause of the issue, which is that our safety policies need some attention. Woo! Oh yeah, she dropped a lot of them. Okay. 24, 6 days later, in a direct message with an employee on the health, misinformation, privacy, and identity research team, Roth requested more research to support expanding non-removal policy interventions like disabling engagements and de-amplification / visibility filtering. One of the biggest areas I'd love research support on is non-removal policy interventions like disabling engagements and de-amplification / visibility filtering. The hypothesis underlying much of what we've implemented is that if exposure, example, misinformation directly causes harm, we should use remediations that reduce exposure and limiting the spread / virality of content is a good way to do that by just reducing prevalence overall. We got Jack on board. Okay. Remember this now, because I'm going to eventually cover why Jack is saying he was unaware of everything. We got Jack on board with implementing this for civic integrity in the near term, but we're going to need to make a more robust case to get this into our repertoire of policy remediations, especially for other policy domains. So I'd love research point of view on that. In layman's terms, what they were doing was snuffing out viral posts that they felt went against a certain policy that they had, even if it really didn't. They would make, like, when they would have trends on the trending page of Twitter, and they would just simply make that trend disappear. This is what that meant. This is what this was. Let's say when Epstein died, and then they said Clinton again, and they immediately removed that. That's exactly what this means. Roth wrote, the hypothesis underlying much of what we've implemented is that if exposure, misinformation directly causes harm, we should use remediations that reduce exposure, and limiting the spread / virality of content is a good way to do that. He added, we got Jack on board. Okay, so she's just repeating what he just said. So again, so let me just walk this back a little bit since we're caught up. So Jack, and we can find his tweet. I hope I can find it. I don't think I'm going to find it. I don't think I'm going to find it. Okay. Let's see. It looks like he even deleted the tweet. He deleted it. So Jack was tweeting on the first Twitter release that he wasn't aware of what was going on. He had no idea this was happening. Because he was trying to paint himself, and some people were painting him as the victim. With one tweet, that notion was abolished, was destroyed. Okay, with one tweet, that was destroyed. We got Jack on board with implementing this for civic integrity in the near term. So Jack knew. Hashtag Jack knew. Hashtag Jack knew. We're gonna come back in here again. Hashtag Jack knew. Jack knew everything. Jack knew. Jack was not confused, and Jack was not unaware. Jack knew everything. Jack was very much aware of what was going on. And we are caught up right now. Here we go, 27. There's more to come on this story, which was reported by blah, 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 and the team. Keep up with this unfolding story here and at our brand new website. And that is it. Okay. Damn. So tell me, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts so far on the Twitter story, Twitter Files Part 2? Now, since this is done, I'm not gonna end the stream. I guess since I'm here now, I can cover. So, I'm kind of shooting from the hip on this one, so just bear with me. I have the information, I just haven't organized it the way I would like. So there's a little bit of stuff that's all over the place. So just bear with me. I'm just gonna open these in new tabs, and we're just gonna work it down from here. Okay. Let me just get all my tabs open. Okay, so let's see where we at. Okay, don't care about that. That's not. Okay, that's a rabbit hole. There we go. Okay. So let's take a look at this tweet. All right. Twitter's former top attorney, James Baker, was formerly an FBI attorney who passed on fake dirt from the Hillary campaign's operatives in 2016, alleging a secret online portal from Russia's Alpha Bank to Trump now attempted to shape the Twitter files. The news that Baker was reviewing the Twitter files surprised everyone involved, to say the least. New Twitter chief Elon Musk acted quickly to exit Baker Tuesday. So when I first covered the first Twitter files, and when people were shown those documents, and a lot of those things were redacted, they were redacted because of this guy Baker, who it's from the FBI. Reporters resumed researches through Twitter Files material, a lot of it today. The next installment of the Twitter Files will appear at Barry Rice. Stay tuned. And we just covered that. Let me just go back to this tweet. This is Eric Weinstein. Eric Weinstein is a dad, I guess. He's probably some entrepreneur, but I don't know who he is. I can't quite believe what I'm reading, so let's go slow. The FBI's former attorney was hired by previous Twitter management and was the one vetting the files to be given to Barry Weiss and Matt Taibbi that might reveal FBI collusion, and the new owner at Elon Musk wasn't told any of this. No, he wasn't. Hey, Rain, what's going on? This is a nothing burger. We can tell you part of the reason why on Tuesday, Twitter Deputy General Counsel and former FBI General Counsel Jim Baker was fired. Among the reasons, vetting the first batch of Twitter files without knowledge of new management. We both dealt with obstacles to new searches. I interacted with Barry Weiss late Saturday afternoon, and she reflected that she had not been able to get at the source material yet, which was totally puzzling to me anyway. Now, unfortunately, it starts to make sense. Okay, over the weekend, while we both dealt with obstacles, this is Matt Taibbi. Over the weekend, we both dealt with obstacles to new searches. It was Barry Weiss who discovered that the person in charge of releasing the files was someone named Jim. When she called to ask Jim's name, the answer came back, Jim Baker. My jaw hit the floor, says Weiss. The first batch of files both reporters received was marked Spectra Baker emails. Baker is a controversial figure. He has been something of a zealot of FBI controversies dating back to 2016, from the Steele dossier to the Alpha server mess. He resigned in 2018 after an investigation into leaks to the press. This is deep. This is way deep. This is way deep. This is deep. Let me see if my voice effects works. Let me see what we got. Deep. This is very deep. The news that Baker was reviewing the Twitter files surprised everyone involved, to say the least. New Twitter chief Elon Musk acted quickly to exit Baker Tuesday. Reporters resumed searches of the Twitter files after this. So, let me break it down. So, the FBI, the former general counsel for the FBI, was working inside of Twitter, actively covering up FBI's involvement on the censorship of American citizens using Twitter. And while he was still working there, without Elon and his people knowing who he was or what he was doing, he was actively, as legal representation for Twitter, redacting names and information that was implicating the FBI's involvement in the censorship and all other illegal activities with Twitter. And this same guy is connected to the fraudulent Steele dossier. Deep. Oh shit, man. Man. Lee Fang again. Twitter's former top attorney James Baker was formerly an FBI attorney who passed on fake dirt from the Hillary campaign's operators in 2016, alleging a secret online portal from Russia's Alpha Bank to Trump now attempted to shape the Twitter files. The Hillary campaign, secretly using tech experts, attempted to pass off this fabricated evidence to a number of media outlets. We received the info and published a debunk of the Alpha Bank story. Nevertheless, tons of media ran with it. We'll come back to the Alpha Bank story in a minute. The fact that Baker was employed at all by Twitter after his FBI malfeasance is astonishing. Elon Musk is indeed cleaning out the spider webs. And here is the story from the New York Post. Before I open that, let me just see what type of stuff, because the New York Post be playing some wild shit. Okay, so let me just see. All right, so we're good for this. And here's the Post article about Elon Musk fires Twitter lawyer James Baker over suppression of documents on Hunter Biden's story. Elon Musk has fired Twitter Deputy General Counsel James Baker over his alleged suppression of internal documents and blocking the post Hunter Biden laptop expose. He was behind that. In light of concerns about Baker's possible role in suppression of information important to the public dialogue, he was exited from Twitter today, as per Musk. Musk added that he questioned Baker before his firing about the events surrounding the laptop suppression scandal, and that the lawyer's explanation was unconvincing. Baker, a former top FBI lawyer, was discovered to be secretly vetting the internal Twitter documents before they could be reviewed by journalists, leading to a delay in the release of more material related to the company's censorship scandal. On Friday, the first installment of the Twitter files was published here. We expected to publish more over the weekend. Many wondered why there was a delay. That was Baker. Independent journalist Matt Taibbi tweeted on Tuesday. We can now tell you part of the reason why. On Tuesday, Twitter Deputy General Counsel and former FBI General Counsel, which is their top lawyer, Jim Baker, was fired, among the reasons vetting the first batch of Twitter files without knowledge of new management. Taibbi added. Taibbi further revealed the former Wall Street Journal and New York Times writer Barry Weiss is also involved in reviewing the social media giant's internal documents related to the post Hunter Biden story, and that it was she who discovered Baker's involvement, the Spectra Baker emails, which Musk was unaware of, according to Matt Taibbi. 6 degrees from Baker, a familiar figure reemerges with the release of the Twitter files, Jonathan Turley. In light of concerns about Baker's possible role in suppression of information important to the public dialogue, he was exited from Twitter today. The process for producing the Twitter files involved delivery to 2 journalists, Barry Weiss and me, Matt Taibbi, via a lawyer close to new management. However, after the initial batch, things became complicated, Taibbi said. He added that Weiss discovered that the person in charge of releasing the files was someone named Jim. When she called to ask Jim's last name, the answer came back Jim Baker. Taibbi added in a tweet, "My jaw hit the floor," says Weiss. She said the first batch of files reporters received was marked Spectra Baker emails. Baker is a controversial figure, Matt Taibbi wrote. He has been something of a zealot. Okay, these are just the tweets that I just read. Baker was previously general counsel for the FBI under Director James Comey, and a key figure in the Bureau's investigation into false claims of collusion between Russia and Donald Trump's 2016 campaign. During his time at the FBI, Baker worked with fiercely anti-Trump FBI officials Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. After leaving the Bureau in 2018, Baker reportedly found himself under criminal investigation for allegedly leaking materials to reporters. Baker has stood by his conduct while at the FBI and with regard to the Russia probe. This summer, Baker also was a star witness for special counsel John Durham in his case against former Hillary Clinton lawyer Michael Sussman, who was found not guilty in May of lying to the FBI, which is bullshit. But anyway, in addition, Baker has been linked to Mother Jones reporter David Korn, who broke the news of the existence of the Steele dossier, compiled by British ex-spy Christopher Steele, with loaded and unproven claims about Trump. Baker allegedly communicated with Cohen in the weeks leading up to the November 16 election before Cohen reported on the existence of the dossier on October 31st, 2016. Twitter tapped Baker to help lead its legal team in 2020, a month after the social media company generated controversy for labeling two Trump tweets claiming that ballots were rigged as promoting misinformation. What a tangled web this is. This is what we call a shit show. And it's a shit show of the highest order. Like I said in my stream 6 months ago, talking about this Twitter acquisition and Elon Musk buying Twitter, I said this had a lot more to do. There was a lot more going on with this than simply Elon Musk buying Twitter. And that's why I tried to explain to a lot of people, this isn't about you don't like Elon Musk because he doesn't sell Tesla cars or whatever the fuck the reason was. It's deeper than that. And this is proving it. This is quite the mess. And it's only going to get more exposed. Man. This is, we got more tweets. The authors have broad and expanding access to Twitter files. The only condition we agreed to was that the material would first be published on Twitter for all the world to see. We're just getting started on our reporting. Documents cannot tell the whole story here. A big thank you to everyone who has spoken to us so far. If you are a current or former Twitter employee, we'd love to hear from you. Please write. Watch Matt Taibbi for the next installment. Let's see what is Matt. Is Matt tweeting now? Okay. So let me come to the chat room for the people that's watching. What's going on, Rick A? Definitely, if you like the stream, support the channel. Information in the description box. Let me ask you guys. Let me see if I can do a poll real quick. We're gonna try the Q&A too. So I'm just asking questions now because I'm curious. A lot of people are watching, but I'm curious. What are your thoughts on the Twitter file so far? This is part 2, the BlackList. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you think that this is a nothing burger? Do you think that this is important? Were you aware of any of this at all? Were some things that you considered that were considered a conspiracy, were they validated? Has your mind been changed? Tell me what you're thinking. Let me know. I'm curious. I know what I know, but I want to hear what you have to say. Because to me, this is everything a person like me needed. I want other people to see what people like me have seen. I want other people to understand what people like me have been understanding and have been experiencing, have been watching. I want you guys to see, so you can see that this is not a conspiracy, so you can see that this is not made up. This is real. that. And we're going to do that. Okay. Anyway, so we're just gonna wrap it up. I don't want to be on too long. It's only 8 o'clock though. So anyway, this has been the Twitter Files Part 2, the Blacklist. Like I said, the moment it goes live, I'm going to be right here to cover it with you guys, cover it live. This time it was with Barry Weiss. Definitely check out. I pinned it in the chat room. It's pinned here. Tell me what you think. Take a look at the thread yourself. Don't take my word for it. Make your own opinion. Follow the information. Follow the rabbit hole. And we'll see where it goes. The next release is going to come from Matt Taibbi. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what information he drops. So till next time, thank you, goodbye, and good night. Catch you guys on the next one.